Good morning, learners at home. You are welcome to another segment of e-learning organized by Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. I still remain Thomas Peter. As usual, I'm going to take you in agricultural science. And the topic of our discussion today is agricultural finance. And in this topic, in the course of this topic, this is what we are going to cover. 1, definition of agricultural finance. 2, some terminologies in agricultural finance. The next one, sources of agricultural finance. Number 4, importance of agricultural finance. Well, the next one is problems of agricultural finance. And lastly, the solution to the problems of agricultural finance. At the end of the day, we shall have assignment. But before we go into the topic proper, I want us to note that in any business you are doing, you need capital, you need finance, you need fund, and farm business is not an exemption. So let us see the definition. Agricultural finance is the act or process of acquiring and using of capital in agriculture wisely. I take it again. This is the act or the process of acquiring and using of capital in agriculture wisely. Very, very important terminologies are found in agricultural finance. And we have 3 of them. 1, we have agricultural credits. 2, we also have agricultural subsidy. And lastly, interests. So we shall see them one after the other. The first one is agricultural credit. Agricultural credit is a loan obtained by the farmer to start or to expand his farming business, which is repayable over a period of time with interest. We have 2 types of agricultural credit. We have the short-term credit and the long-term credit. The short-term credit is paid within a short period of time. For instance, within 1 year. Well, the long-term credit is repayable back within a long period of time. For instance, from 2 to 5 years or more than 5 years. Then we have the second terminology as agricultural subsidy. This is a non-refundable assistance or aid granted to the farmer in form of reduction in prices of farm inputs like fertilizers, chemicals, farm implements, or free information on weather forecasts and new technology. The third terminology is interest. This is the amount paid on borrowing capital. For instance, if a farmer borrows 500,000 naira from a bank and the interest on the loan will be 10% per annum, it means the farmer will pay 10 over 100. Where do we get the 100? Because it is percent times the 500,000 naira he borrowed. This means if you calculate these mathematics, you will get 50,000 naira. At the end of the day, the farmer will pay the real capital, 500,000 naira, plus the interest, 50,000 naira. Totally 550,000 naira. Differences between credit and subsidy are seen in a table. By your left, you see credit, and by your right is subsidy. Now, serial number one, credit. It is repayable loan. It is a repayable loan. But subsidy, it is non-repayable loan. 2, credit is always in cash. While subsidy, it may be in cash or in kind. 3, credit has a time period for its returns. But subsidy, it is given and never to be returned. Well, number 4, governments are involved in obtaining the loan. But subsidy, governments are involved in bearing the burden of the subsidy. Now, what I mean here, when you want to obtain a loan, the farmer goes on his own to obtain that loan without involving the government. The government is not concerned. The government don't even know whether the farmer is obtaining a loan or not. But in subsidy, the government will buy agricultural inputs at a high price, then give it to the farmer at a subsidized rate. Here, the government bears the burden. Example, fertilizers are bought in the companies by the government, maybe at the rate of 40,000 naira per bag, but sell it to the farmer at the rate of 4,000 naira. So this is where the government is bearing the burden. Sources of agricultural finance. Before one is involved in agriculture, you need money. Where do you get this money to sink into agriculture? Farmers can obtain loan or credit to finance the agricultural business through the following. 1, agricultural bank. For example, Bank of Agriculture, with the headquarters here in Kaduna. 2, commercial banks. Examples involve United Bank of Africa, First Bank, GTB, and many others. We also have supervised agricultural credit. Government will bring money and supervise how this money is disbursed to the farmers and the time it will be refunded, just as I discussed in the types of credit. Then number 4, thrift and saving societies. Farmers get their money from a cooperative society or an organization in a working environment where workers save their money. Then at the end of the year, they share this money, and you can decide to put this money in the farm business. Then we have number 5, cooperative societies. These are societies that are found in a community. Farmers pooling their resources together at the end of the day for the benefit of their members. They can be given loan to obtain agricultural input, like buying of a tractor. Then number 6, we have safe finance. From your salary, from your earnings, you can take this and put in agricultural business. Number 7, from individuals. For example, you can get the money from your friends, relations, colleagues, from your wife, from your husband, from your son or your daughter to start agricultural business. Number 8, we have insurance companies. Insurance companies give money and give the farmers insurance to cover in case of failures. Then number 9, international development agencies, example, World Bank. And number 10, money lenders. There are some people, they are not banks, but they have money. They want to give it to the farmers. We call them money lenders. But one thing they concentrate is collaterals. What is collaterals? Collaterals is the security, those things you give in case the loan fails. They will retrieve those properties as a replace for the loan you took. Importance of agricultural finance. My dear listeners and learners at home, agricultural finance plays the following rules. 1, it helps the farmer to meet the annual and seasonal changes or fluctuation in income and expenditure. Here the farmers, when he obtains a loan, he knows what he gets at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. So the farmer will know whether he is making a profit or a loss when he is monitoring the loan he is obtaining. Number 2, it increases the efficiency of the farmer in his farming business. Possibly before, the farmer was producing 2 bags of rice per annum. Now that he has obtained a loan, he will be producing 60,000 or 6,000 bags of rice. Here the efficiency of production has increased. Number 3, it enables the farmer to increase the size of his farmland. In villages and many communities, land is fragmented. Land is divided into small units. But with the acquiring of loan from the farmer, by the farmer from a bank, he expands and obtains another land, thereby increasing his production. Number 4, it improves the standard of living of the farmer and his family. Imagine a farmer that was producing a bag of rice per annum. Now that he has obtained a loan, he will be producing almost 100 bags. By implication, it means that his life will change because his standard of living will be improved. Number 5, it enables the farmer to acquire more farm input, hence high production. By implication, I mean when a farmer obtains a loan, he can get a tractor. He will buy, if he's using of taking, maybe buying 2 bags of fertilizer per annum, he will be getting 100 bags. You see, by now he's getting more farm input. More farm input, more production. It brings about development in the farmers' community. With the improved standard of living, the farmer will buy cars. With the improved standard of living, tractors will be coming to the area. Before you know, government will start constructing roads, bringing electricity, building hospitals, because the farmers have been involved in agricultural financing. However, there are problems of agricultural finance. Yes, my listeners and learners at home, before a farmer can obtain a loan, before a farmer could get a substantial big money, there is a problem. Or, in other words, there are problems the farmer encountered. And what are these problems? High interest rate. That is number 1. Especially commercial farmers, they charge high interest rate. Imagine the calculation we made. 10% of 500,000 naira is 50,000 naira. But commercial banks will charge close to 30% or 40%. How much will the farmer pay back? The money will be close to the capital he obtained as loan. He will be discouraged. Number 2, long gestation period of some crops. Some crops have a long gestation period, especially perennial crops like cocoa. If you obtain a loan that you want to go and plant cocoa, this means that you need to obtain a long-term loan instead of a short-term loan. So some banks are not ready to give this long-term loan. So farmers are discouraged. Number 3, inadequate collaterals. Some farmers don't have security. What will they give as a security against a failure of paying back the loan? They don't have it. So banks will not give them loan without collaterals. And these collaterals include housing, tractors, or motor car. Unpredictable climate, which can lead to crop failure. In Nigeria, you can see further workers, weather forecast today. They will forecast the rainfall tomorrow, but in most cases, it changes. There could be flood, and this flood will come and destroy maybe crops that you have taken a loan to cultivate. So by implication, how will you pay back the loan? Another unpredictable situation in climate is there may be no rain, thereby observing a drought. So there will be crop failure. Now how will the farmer pay the loan? So it is a factor, it is a problem. Then we have number 5, inadequate farm record kept by the farmers. Some farmers don't keep record at all, and banks use farm record to give loan. If you go to the bank to obtain loan, the banks will ask you of records. The banks will ask you of records. If you don't have record, the banks will know whether you are making a progress or not. Then we have high level of loan defaulting. Some farmers don't pay back the loan. After they take the loan, they will go and marry more wives and make it impossible or very difficult for them to refund this loan. Number 7, inadequate insurance policy. Number 8, small farm holdings of land fragmentation. Farmers have small units of land. They cannot practice mechanization. Thereby, banks are not ready to give a farmer that have a small plot of land. Inadequate information or awareness. This means that farmers don't even know that a loan is existing for them. Some farmers don't even know that there is a bank specifically for them to go and collect loan. Then bureaucracy. There are many protocols before you collect loan. Come tomorrow, fill this, bring a guarantee form. All these discourage an illiterate farmer, and he will dump the idea of obtaining a loan. Then number 11, problem of disease, pest, and weeds. After you may have collected a loan, pest, disease will destroy your crops. How will you pay back? Moreover, if there is no insurance cover. Diversion of loan for other purposes. Just as I said earlier, farmers, when you give them loan, instead of them to use the loan for the purpose it is meant for, they will use it for another reasons. Solutions to the problem of agricultural finance. 1, finance institutions should reduce the interest rate when giving loan to farmers. 2, farmers should ensure they keep up to date records of all transactions in the farming business. This will enhance the opportunity for them to obtain loan. 3, extension service should be intensified to create awareness in farmers by agricultural extension officers. 4, farmers should use loan obtained from the bank strictly for agricultural purposes. 5, government should give insurance cover to the farmers to obtain loan. And 6, close supervision of farmers by the financial institutions should be ensured that farmers use the money they obtain as loan for agriculture. My dear listeners and learners at home, I believe today we have learned a lot. We learned about an important topic. We discussed the agricultural finance as a means, as an act of acquiring and using of capital in agriculture. We discussed some terminologies, which we say we have credit, we have interest and subsidy. And I was able to differentiate, to give you differences between credit and subsidy. And one of the most important of it all is credit is refundable, while subsidy is non-refundable. We went as far as tracing the problems before a farmer could obtain a loan. And one of it is high interest rate. Farmers are discouraged because the interest rate is very high. Some farmers are even illiterate. They don't even know that such a loan exists for them. And we provide solutions to these problems. We say we are appealing to banks to reduce the interest rate for the farmers so that they will be able to get access to the loan. My dear listeners and learners at home, even farmers, you are now aware of this, that loan is existing for you. You can go there and obtain one. But that marks the end of the lesson. But before we go, I want to leave an assignment for you. I hope you are ready to take it down. Assignment number 1, define agricultural finance and list 10 of its sources. Define agricultural finance and list 10 of its sources. 2, give 4 differences between credit and subsidy. Give 4 differences between credit and subsidy. 3, identify 8 problems of agri-finance with their solutions. Identify 8 problems of agri-finance with their solutions. 4, enumerate 5 significance of agri-finance. Enumerate 5 significance of agri-finance. To submit your assignment, my learners, I still remain Master Thomas Peter with the following number: 080-5121-6365. I take it again: 080-5121-6365. Or my colleague Rashida Umar, 080-3451-3576. Rashida Umar, 080-3451-3576. Thank you for your patience to listen. Stay home, stay safe, keep learning. COVID-19 is real.